Welcome back, guys. So I think I'm going to be selling SCHD here shortly, and I'm going to explain to you my reasons why coming up. Also, we have news here that Wall Street is now asking how weight loss drugs will affect consumer giants. Look at this. Even Delta Airlines is being affected. So I guess people are choosing to run places rather than fly now. And then we're going to wrap it up with this photo here. It was a thought-provoking photo for me, and I want to explain to you what exactly I was thinking. So stick around. Alright, so we're going to start off with a portfolio update first, but we're going to take it to Twitter and look at this photo. So this man right here, he represents dividend stocks, and then this rock is inflation. So the dividend stocks are basically doing their best against inflation to hold it up, basically holding up my portfolio. And that's where it got me thinking, okay? I've only been paid $3.36 in dividends so far this year. Now, I started investing in July 19th, okay? Now, I'm down 1.78%, so you may think, oh, well, I'm up more. But like I said, I've only been investing since July 19th. So if we go over and we look at the S&P 500, I started investing right around here, right around this top part, and then it started to fall. So for me to only be down 1.78%, I feel pretty good. And then once those next quarterly dividend payments come, I'm going to be feeling a lot better. Hopefully, I'm going to be in the positive with my dividends, and I can overcome these shortcomings here. But especially with my portfolio, I've got this portfolio constructed to hold high-quality dividend growth stocks. I fully trust all of these holdings, but one holding that I've kind of been doing a little bit more digging into and starting to feel a little bit queasy about is SCHD. So that's what I want to talk about here. So SCHD currently trades at $69.94. It's got a dividend yield at 3.73%. Now over the past year, it's down 5%. Over the past 5 years, it's up 36%. Over the past 10 years, up 96%. But year to date, it's getting absolutely crushed, down 7%. But if we look at this long extended graph here, you can see in 2020 it really started to take off, and that's when it really started to get notoriety, especially on YouTube. But if I look at these dividends here, this dividend scorecard, their dividend growth rate 5-year CAGR is 13%, and their 10 years 11%. This is initially why I started investing in SCHD. But if I go over to their risk, their percent of assets top 10 holdings, so 40% of SCHD is in their top 10 holdings. Now, if we go over and we look at their top 10 holdings, I wouldn't invest solely in any of these companies individually. Amgen, Verizon, Broadcom, AbbVie, Merck, Coke, Pepsi, Cisco, Pfizer, Home Depot. Home Depot's on my watch list. Broadcom, I might think about it, and Coke and Pepsi, I might think about it. Amgen's good too, it just doesn't fit my style. But guys, Verizon, for Verizon to hold 4.38% in this ETF, I think that's absolutely crazy. Let's look at Verizon stock. Year to date, it's down 11%. Over the past year, down 4%. But over the past 5 years, guys, it's down almost 40%. Verizon is a horrible company to invest in. They have great dividends, right? 7.46% yield, but you'll never recoup your losses with their stock price. It's not a growth stock. It's literally just a dividend stock. It's a failing dividend stock, right? So we go over, okay, AbbVie. Let's get another example. A pharmaceutical company, right? Year to date, down 13%. 1 year, down 4%. Past 5 years, it did really well. But when did it do really well? Well, it was down at 119 in 2021, and then all of a sudden it shot up, right? Same thing with Pfizer. So their 5-year, you can see that it just absolutely shot up come 2021. And if you look at the composition of SCHD as a ETF, so their sector breakdown, industrials is 19.5% and healthcare is 16%. So you're looking at a good percentage there just in these two sectors alone. Now, industrials, that's what gets you that high dividend yield. Same with healthcare, but it really grew. It really grew. If we go over here and we look at the max, it really grew because of the healthcare. They grew so much. They grew exponentially because of the healthcare over COVID. Healthcare holding 16.6%, right? They have Amgen, AbbVie, Merck. So just over 12% of the portfolio was getting absolutely skyrocketed because of COVID. And I don't think that's sustainable for the future. So I don't think that this is going to be, it's not going to have a lot of growth. It's going to have still its good dividend yield, but it's not going to have a lot of growth. I think I can find a lot of other companies that I'd rather invest in and hold long term. That's what the goal is with my whole portfolio. I want to hold all of these stocks long term. I'm in it for the long haul. And SCHD, I just don't think that these companies holding 40% of the ETF, I don't think that these are the companies that I want to bet on long term. I'm not betting on Verizon long term. I don't think I'm betting on Pfizer or AbbVie long term. It just doesn't fit my style of investing. But now let's get to this news here. I thought this was hysterical, right? So Wall Street is asking how weight loss drugs will affect consumer giants. Now, I made the joke earlier, Delta Airlines, right? People must be running now because they're all in shape because they're taking these drugs. But other companies being affected by this, Pepsi, Philip Morris, Darden Restaurants, Hershey, and they're all assuring investors that they'll adapt. But if I go up here, one thing that I found, it's kind of alarming that CNBC just puts this as one of the key points. So unpleasant side effects in insurance coverage could influence how many people actually take the drug. So they're saying literally unpleasant side effects, right? So what are those side effects? Americans are so funny when they start to see, if there's, is there an easy hack? Is there an easy way to lose weight? They just go and find the next best thing, right? We're addicted to the easy way out. And I don't think that's right at all. And I think it might come back and bite us in the butt. But also this article goes on to say that Goldman Sachs says, but even so, only a sliver of eligible people are actually taking the drugs at this point. So they want people on drugs. And I think that's the downside of the American society, or I don't know if you can call it capitalism, whatever. But I think that's the downside, where they're literally rooting for people to take drugs that might have unpleasant side effects. It kind of brings me back to that point in time where people were taking Oxy and everybody was just trying to get people on Oxy because people were making money off it, right? And look at how many families it destroyed. Look at what it did to our country. We still have people and families that are devastated from that. So I think that we really need to stop kind of hyping up these drugs and putting them on a pedestal saying that we're all going to make money on it, and look and see how many people it's going to affect and if it's going to do it positively or negatively. I know that it's not our job as a society to take care of every single other person, but if there's drugs out there that are causing unpleasant side effects and everybody's making money off it, I don't think that's right at all, right? So that's just a little food for thought there. And as you can tell, I'm not actively investing in any of the drug companies. That's by design. I do invest in McDonald's, but that's not really a certified drug company. But yeah, they're not healthy for you either. But I eat there, so at least I can say that I am partaking in what I'm investing in. But that's it for today, guys. So thanks for watching.